A couple days ago, I made hibachi, which is kind of labor intensive if you don't have a big griddle like they have at the restaurant. I think people use Blackstone grills at home to do it. I don't have that. So it was labor intensive, and we sat down to eat. My 5-year-old was like, "Mommy, this is great. You did a good job," as he typically does, and then goes on to barely eat anything. But my husband didn't say anything. And I was thinking, see, he doesn't give me the feedback I asked for. It's been 9 years of marriage because I didn't learn to cook until I got married. 9 years of me saying I want feedback like pretty immediately after you start eating and not getting it. So I was like kind of considering that because we've talked about it recently. And then I thought, why do I need to know if he likes it? Why does it matter if he likes it? Why do I need him to tell me that? And I realized it doesn't really matter because I can decide if it's good or not, good or bad myself. He can decide if he likes it or not, but whether or not he likes it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with how quality the product is, and he will tell me if he doesn't like it. He might not tell me he likes it, but he will tell me if he doesn't like it, which is really the only feedback I need from him as like the meal manager, the head of nutrition in my house. So I thought about that and I added it to the list of things that I can do for myself. I'm bringing it here because I'm thinking about all the times I felt disappointed that someone didn't support me or didn't have anything encouraging to say, and how at one point I felt like if I had different people around me, if I had a different husband, I would be successful by now. I really believed that. I'm thinking about that and realizing, what did I need him to do or them to do? I mean, yeah, you need people not to actively discourage you, but as far as needing support to be successful or needing support or encouragement to do the work that you want to do, you don't need that. Yeah, it helps if you are having trouble believing in yourself, but to be honest, you're not going to be successful. I mean, I guess you can be successful, but you shouldn't expect to be successful if you don't believe in yourself. What I have learned at this point is, as I'm embarking on my entrepreneurship journey for sort of the second time, I mean, I did several different things in that first stretch, but since I've taken this break and given up and come back, what I am doing differently is I am committed to my success. Whereas before, part of my energy was spent worrying about failing and worrying about how I wouldn't be able to prove myself to others, or how I wouldn't attain the value like as a person as I had set out to. I gave some energy to that, or my energy was wrapped up in like, yeah, I can potentially prove them wrong. I can potentially matter to them. When in reality, like, my energy is best spent fully committed to my own success and what I need to do. This is the first time I've done something with full confidence. And I don't know if it's because this is the right time. I mean, I kind of think that it could have been the right time if my mind was in the right place at a different time. But I have never before done something with complete confidence. Like, I fully expect to be successful and make money and be happy and improve and keep going. Now, I think the difference is, I think what's important for me to understand is that's how I should try everything. Even if I don't have that success, that you still have to start out with that type of confidence and commitment, because the way that you start something, like the energy with which you start it, kind of controls how much you put into it and therefore the result you get from it. So if I am afraid of failing or I don't think it's going to be too good, you know what? I'm probably not going to pull out all the stops for whatever the thing is. And then what do you know? It's going to not be too good. So I just want to emphasize the point of this video, which is when you are feeling like you are lacking the support you need, or you really want someone to help you be motivated and confident, you really need to ask yourself, why do I need that? What will that do for me? If it's because your own opinion doesn't matter, that's something you need to address before you start trying to do this other thing. Like, you need to figure out why you don't value yourself, your intuition enough for that to be enough for you to move forward. And I'm not coming from a place of like not understanding that, because that's 100% where I was even a year ago, probably even like 6 months, probably even 4 months ago. So it's not a judgment, but I think that's an important question to ask. Why is it not enough for you to be confident? Now, of course, you do need people to support you. Like, hey, I got to do this class. I need you to watch the kids or make dinner. Like, yeah, you need that type of support. But as far as like this intrinsic support to make you feel capable, yes, outside support is great, but you actually don't need it. You can validate yourself. And when you are able to fully validate yourself and just decide, this is what I'm going to do, this I fully expect to be successful, that's when you have a chance to be successful. Now, I'm saying this prior to being successful, so we'll revisit this in 12 months and see if that advice stands, but I just don't see how it can hurt to go into something with that attitude. So why do you need their support? Why do you need their approval? If they're not paying you anything, it probably doesn't matter.